baby girl.
Hi, Nello. It's so good to have you here, and I'm glad we are finally doing this.
Yes,
It's Cody and Nello Present. And on this channel, we'll basically be reviewing movies that we find interesting, shows, episodes, just as long as we find it interesting and we think, you would like something like that. So if you have
yeah.
any other movie you want us to, look at, you want us to watch it, if you want us to talk about it, please drop it down in the comment section below. Today, on our debut episode, we'll be talking about young, famous, and
Ah,
African. I love it. I love it. I mean, there's been season 1 and season 2, but we'll be talking about those. So if you haven't seen it, please
please
go back to
go and see it.
go to Netflix
Go
and
and
see
see it.
it.
It's a very interesting reality show. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah. I also like that, it promotes Africanness, it promotes
Yes.
culture, it promotes entertainment industry, it puts out people. I mean, I didn't know a lot of people from Uganda, Namibia,
Tanzania. Yeah.
Tanzania, just seeing their stars and seeing they also have very rich people. It's nice. It's nice to see across Africa, see stars across Africa as against what I just know maybe from being from Nigeria alone. Whew, so are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for us to start? First, I think one of the most interesting characters in this show, especially in season 3, I think she's just been interesting all the way, is
Who
none
is that?
other than Annie Idibia.
Hey,
Why are you looking shocked?
Annie Divya.
Yeah,
Okay.
most interesting character in the show.
I mean, yeah,
She's not
she's
spies.
the reason why I watched till the end though. I love seeing
Exactly.
her. Yeah, it's
I mean,
true.
imagine if everybody was boring. Annie brought
Exactly.
spice to the
No, she
show.
brought the drama. She brought the
Exactly.
show. She brought everything. So
And
yeah, I give it to
how
her.
she says, "Oh, no drama. Oh, no." I'm like, girl, you are the
The
drama.
drama queen.
All right.
Yeah, that's true.
I think one scene I want to talk about is Zari's wedding, which I
Mm.
think has to be the most popular,
The
Annie's
highlights, yeah.
at the highlight, one
Of
of
the highlights of the this
of
season.
the season, yeah. So if you don't know Zari, Zari the boss
The boss
lady.
lady.
Zari
She's
the
my girl.
in
Zari is my girl.
love you for you. So
No, I love.
Zari the boss lady in
Yeah.
three is getting married to
Mhm.
someone she met, I think someone in season 2 or so. And she has invited Annie for her wedding. Remember that Annie did not invite her for her vow renewal back in season 2 or 1, not sure now.
Mm.
But Zari extends this invitation, according to her, to everybody, including Fantana, who is now Diamond's girlfriend or whatever. We'll get back to that. Now, Annie shows up for this wedding. She's even shocked that Zari invited her. She shows up for the wedding like, "Oh, I love love.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here. No drama. I hope Zari doesn't pull up any stunt on me." And she comes. Now, I would think that when you come for this kind of event, you want to be careful, with what you're saying. You want to be careful with
Who are
just
you? Who you're
energy.
saying it with? The people you're
Exactly.
chatting with.
Because the person in question that is doing the wedding is not your person, it's not your friend. So it's like
Exactly.
you're walking on eggshells, even though you want to enjoy yourself and you want to, be happy for her. But it's not somewhere you come and you just relax and open your mouth, wow, say anything. So it sort of beats me when Annie comes and starts talking about, "Oh, Zari's husband is too young. Oh, does he know what she signed up for, being the father of 5 kids?"
I mean,
And then she's saying it right
wrong move.
behind his kids, beside her friends and family. And I'm like, guy, what's going on? What did you think about that?
I mean, when she came to the wedding, she came with this bitch ass attitude.
Okay.
This season in general, like she started with, oh, I'm gonna give them this, I will give them that, this and that. But then she started talking as if she forgot the people that she's dining with,
Yeah.
people that are not her friends. I
Yeah.
mean, that kind of thing is something you will say to your very close friend, your paddy.
Okay.
You people will just laugh about it. But then she messed up. I don't like that.
Oh, calm down. Before you crucify Annie, what did she say that looks messed up? For me, one, she had no business talking about Zari's husband's age. I mean, he's not marrying you, so it's not your problem. Do you
Mm-hmm.
get? Zari is not your sister. Zari is not your friend. So she said, oh, how old is he? 27. Oh my God. He's not old enough to be her son, blah, blah, blah. I mean, these are, like you said, these are conversations you have when you've gone home, when you're gisting with your husband, when you're gisting with your guys. And it's still like, now we will, I beg
I
you.
mean, even if you haven't gone up, even if you're still there, like you went there with your bestie, like somebody you're very close to, you know?
If you went to your best, you know Zari's children, the boys, the grown boys.
No, yeah, the place that she said, that's what I wanted to say.
So
Like,
the
you should be
position,
careful the people around.
yeah, the
You know,
position of
when friends gist, you can whisper. Imagine why is she getting married to? Something like that, you know? It's still fun. You don't have to be so serious in somebody's wedding. You're
yeah,
going to a wedding or going to a party, you see things to talk about, to laugh about, but it
exactly.
depends on who you're having such conversation with.
I
Not
agree.
just everybody you see, you start talking, you know. I know deep down, even Fantana and Nadia, they will also have that same mentality that
Okay,
Zari is
so
getting married to a young person.
there was a scene at the beginning where Nadia went to pick up Fantana.
And I
I think we should
received
add
an
that scene.
invite from Zari to her wedding because we are not in a good space right now at all.
No, I think it's a prank. I thought it was a prank. So, I mean, I'm not gonna, I just want to see the circus show.
But wait, have you spoken?
Refer to Zari's wedding as a circus. A bit of a problem I have with Nadia. I mean, I love Nadia, sweet girl, you know, fight for her friends and all of that. But she seems to have a personal issue or personal vendetta against Annie or Annie's character. She doesn't just seem
Annie is
to.
not her friend, period.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Annie's not her friend, period. But there's also a bit of vendetta, if I would say that. Like, Annie's not your friend, okay, no problem. But you'll be able to take what Fantana had to say about Zari's wedding was not nice. You're calling somebody's wedding a circus. The girl could not have
And the funny thing, nobody heard about it. It
exactly.
ended there.
He ended there because she's your G, right? No
Of
problem.
course.
But what Annie said, to be honest, Annie did not lie. The boy is way younger. It's something that will cross your mind on a regular, like, this boy is young, and she has grown-up boys, you get. This boy is young, and then he's going to be the father of 5 children. Has he thought it through? It would occur to you, like you said, the only problem with Annie was that she was having the conversation with wrong people. If that conversation was between her and Swanky Jerry, Swanky would not have brought it out.
Of
Swanky
course.
would not have brought it up to
It will
them.
end there.
It will end with them and they will have a good laugh about it because Swanky is her G.
Yeah, but think about it. Annie said those things and still went ahead to grab Mike to start giving a speech. I mean, what's that for?
So, no, that's the thing. You may see it as irrelevant, insensitive, but I see it as that conversation Annie had is something she could have had with her friend. Yes, so I'm gossiping about you, but it doesn't mean I don't wish you well. Do you get? So that's how I saw it. Annie gossiped about Zari and her husband to the wrong people, but within her heart, she still wishes Zari well. She's still like, I mean, I'm happy for you. I love. Even though I feel like say the person way they love, they too young, but up you. I'm happy for you.
See,
And don't let
babes,
them spoil what.
okay, let me remind you, yeah? During Kefiwe's event, when they asked Annie what she thinks about Zari's wedding, what did she say? If that is love, if it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Like if you feel like you're happy for somebody, you don't have to make some comments. Do you understand? This is somebody's husband. This is Annie that her marriage self, everybody is talking about it, saying blah, 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 blah.
Leave it. See, it's because Annie doesn't have. See, Annie is like me sometimes where if somebody's attacking me, I may not have what to say to the person there. Maybe when I go home, I'll now think and be like, if I had used this point, if I used that point, I would have attacked the person. In this case, but that time Zari was saying that rubbish about Two-Face. Oh, your husband is doing kiriko with younger girls. Girl, Annie could have said, you too.
Of course, she has how many baby daddies?
Man, you've had children.
And she's married as well. So if she has a child for this one now, it's another baby daddy.
Two baby daddies. You have this one who is way younger, so Annie could have said a lot of things to her, but she probably wasn't thinking on the spot. You know, she just felt attacked. I think they should just leave Zari's wedding alone.
Yeah.
If you want more of the juice, please go and watch it on Netflix. I want to talk about the relationship between Swanky and Annie. Remember at the beginning, Swanky said he's had to go to therapy in the past year for a narcissistic friendship. I think he was referring to Annie.
Of course.
And I don't think
I agree. I agree with him.
I don't think Annie has been a straightforward friend to him. because Swanky, I feel like, carries people on his shoulders. Like if you're his friend, he will carry you with your rubbish and with your, excellence on his shoulder. Like see how he was coming for Louis over Ini Edo's issue, over how Ini Edo felt. You can see the energy. I mean, at some point, I'm like, guy, that fight is not your
It was
fight.
not necessary, though. Me, he overreacted. It wasn't his fight. But the way he just immersed himself into the fight.
That's who Swanky is.
Yeah.
And he will show up for you, he will come through for you, he will do anything for you, which is why I feel how hurt he feels when Annie
He was heartbroken. Yeah.
Do you get?
Can imagine.
And then see him crying.
No. No, it's not nice.
So remember in season 2, he talked about a phone conversation that it was a 3-way call. Annie and her manager were talking, or he was talking with Annie's manager, and Annie said something nasty about him, not knowing that he was on the call, and how he had evidence of that. Now, I'm not sure if he has evidence as per voice notes, the way Annie kept hammering.
Yeah.
Or, if he can call the other girl or the manager to say, okay, is this what Annie said? I'm not sure what evidence he meant. So Annie kept hammering.
But me personally, yeah. I believe that call happened.
Yeah. Why do
me personally, this is what I believe.
Why do you think so?
Swanky is not the type of person that will make up stories. What will he gain by doing that? Do you understand? And if you see, sorry?
And he has something to gain.
No, listen. See, when somebody hurt you, because I believe Annie felt like Swanky hurt her. Maybe the previous show or whatever, you understand? You wouldn't know. You might start saying bad things about that person. Maybe that's her kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? Not knowing that that person will hear it.
Yeah.
So hearing it now, Swanky is not like Annie said. Swanky literally heard her saying those things. He's not the type of person that what will he gain by making up things that Annie said something and all that?
I believe you.
I believe it happened.
I agree with you because Annie too wasn't straightforward or forthcoming with her response, because when Swanky's telling you what he heard, what he
exactly
said, straight to the point. But Annie is always, okay, let's forget about it. Let's move on now. I'm like, forget about what? Talk about it. That's what he wants.
And the funny thing is, they made up before the season 2 ended, or whenever they had that clash. Exactly. They made up. What do you understand?
She's not able to let it go for some weird reason.
Exactly.
She's the one that offended him.
And I think maybe they stopped communication and so many things and contacts before this season 3. That's why when she came for the wedding, Swanky was like, I don't know if Annie is going to come. That means they haven't been communicating with each other.
Yeah, he said he's been traveling. He's been...
Yeah, you understand? So now, for Annie to now go and invite Fantana, to be talking about Fantana's friend, that's a wrong move.
I don't even think that it's just about talking about Fantana's friend, because when we say Fantana's friend, it's as though she doesn't have a personal relationship with Swanky. Annie has a personal relationship with Swanky. Fantana is even someone maybe Swanky met later on. They have been through, dirt and everything, like they like to talk about their friendship. I would think that if you have such a close relationship with your friend, it's not the new friend in the circle that you want to go and be, lambashing your friend to. You either want to go back to that your friend, or maybe you go home to your partner or someone who has known both of you, maybe someone like Ini Edo, who has known both of you from way back, to have that kind of conversation with, but not Fantana. Fantana is not your guy.
And listen, it's not like she's having that conversation for Fantana to make the two of them up, like call the two of them, and and the sound of that conversation, man, for somebody you call your friend, your brother, you're just saying, kama this, kama that. Who is he? My husband this, my husband that.
That they are both waiting to beat him up in Lagos.
It's not like you're saying, oh, see what Swanky did to me that I don't like, Swanky, I don't like this thing about him. He did this. I don't like this one. You're just lashing. You didn't even ask Fantana, how are you? Or how have you been?
I think that she said that meeting was for she and Fantana to get to know themselves.
Get to know each other.
Jige, it was for them to know each other better, but it didn't seem that way. You just went about your friend to a new friend. It was...
that's why I said initially, Annie came with this bitch-ass vibe. Like, I'm coming here. I'm not going to let anybody step on me. I'm not going to let anybody talk to me anyhow. I'll give it to them back to back, this and that. But then what happened? Any little fight, she won. She will be the first to go. Like, What
couldn't
happens to you
understand
staying there
that.
to defend yourself?
I couldn't understand that when they now talked about you and said, "Oh, see what this person had to say." Nadia was like, "Oh, see what this person had to say at your wedding." She said the husband was too young, blah blah blah. And Swanky Jerry
Own up to it.
own up to it and say, "Okay, yeah, I said that." And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sorry I said that. I shouldn't have
You
said
don't
that.
even need to apologize immediately. You people can still talk about it, shout
No,
over it, and all
I'm
that.
just saying
Maybe
you cannot
later on.
you said it and
Yeah.
maybe apologize to her because she's offended by it, obviously, and let it be. And with Swanky, you talk to your guy, but then she'll just be quiet like a mouse. I'm like, why are you quiet?
Just,
No, why are you quiet? But then, like she said,
oh God.
she's so scared. And it makes
I
sense.
mean,
If you're scared, if you know, say you don't get the mind, if you know you don't have the mind to talk about things like, then leave it alone.
leave it. Keep quiet.
Don't
Be
talk
like
about things
Kaylee.
that can't face them.
Be like Kaylee. Mind your business.
Kelly is as quiet as a church.
Oh my God, that one. She doesn't have any issue with anybody. She's always on her own.
But
But
Kelly
I
is
mean, if
interesting.
we have 10 of Kayleys in that
Dickhead.
movie, this reality show, it won't be interesting
Kelly
though.
is not interesting. She's not
So
an interesting
they
character.
should bring their drama.
She's not an interesting character. She will not have kept the show alive. So people should
Mm.
give Annie kudos. Give her
No,
kudos
no,
for
no.
her
But
paycheck.
she should work on herself.
I agree. I feel like Annie there's so much that she hasn't settled with. She's like you said the other day, she always comes from a defensive point of view. Everything you say to Annie, she's defending herself.
She reads meaning
Wants to
into it
attack
as
you,
well.
like you're attacking her. Even when Ini tried to speak for her, she's like,
I
"Oh, you're
mean,
fast forwarding," and he's like, "Yeah,
yes.
I'm fast forwarding."
Even though Ini was kind of fast forwarding, but
Oh,
then she
oh,
was trying to help you.
yeah, she was trying to help you. It
And
was like
and
you
no,
wouldn't
the
say
one
anything.
that pissed me
It was
off, the
perfect.
one that pissed me off was when Annie Dibia said, "Oh, I was going to talk about it. I was going to say something." Ini now said, "You were never going to." I'm like, babes, come on. What do you mean by she won't? She was never going to. You're
Yeah.
not in her mind. Maybe she was still going to say it
Yeah, but she
eventually,
was
but
slow
then
now. She was slow.
even babes. But for Ini to say you were never,
But
you
more
know
like
what that
get
means?
mine. You don't get mine.
I don't like that part, honestly. I felt so, but I even started pitying Annie. I was like, see, Ini Edo that was claiming, oh, my sister, my sister, my sister. Small this thing now, you don't already join them, you know?
Anyway, talking about Ini, what do you think about how Ini reacted when Louis brought her to, come and watch his babes, the women that would be his supposed surrogates, not
Surrogate, yeah.
surrogate applicants, more like come and watch them, give them advice, like he said. What did you think about that? And then like Annie, sorry, not Annie, how Ini reacted to it?
Her reaction, I didn't really like it. But when I now thought about it properly, I saw where her pain is coming from. Surrogacy is not something you wake up one morning and say you want to do. People do it for a lot of reasons. And come on, Louis is still young. He's 30. Why can't he find a relationship? Why is he not talking about I want a family, I want a girlfriend, I want a wife, then I want children? Like, and guess what? In season 2, Louis was telling Kanye that Zari was talking about surrogacy. So I believe that Zari mentioned something about surrogacy in that season 2. Then Louis was telling Kanye that he's thinking him and Zari should do a research. Maybe he will be the sperm donor and Zari will bring her eggs. Can you imagine?
He has been about that surrogacy thing for a long time, and I
Oh
feel like he's
God.
been about it the wrong way.
So yeah, I agree with Ini's reaction, honestly. After I saw that clip, I'm like, truly, this guy he's just a kid. Like he needs to grow up.
But
And what Fantana said as well about he doesn't know what he wants. I agree 100% with that.
yeah,
He likes everybody.
anybody that comes
Any new girl that
like,
enters like this, wow, I'm
wow.
gonna get her. It's like it's a
What are you worrying
competition.
about? What are you
You're
worrying
competing with Diamond. And the funny thing, they don't like him because he has brought himself so low.
Yeah.
Yes. Even when he held Kanye's hand in that season 2, Kanye was feeling uncomfortable. Like, guy, let my hand go, you know? He likes everybody. He likes Fantana. He likes Kefiwe. Oh God.
Yeah.
We should go on. But seriously, all this, although I love Ini, Ini is a perfect definition of knowing who you are.
Yeah,
She knows
what I
what
expect
who she is.
anyway.
I mean, I love that about her, but it was a bit too much. Ah, you can't sit with me. You can't do this.
Is it because
You
I'm
can't,
here? Now, for me,
like,
when people say things like, "Is it because I'm here? Is it because I'm sitting with you?" I'm like, if you don't want to
like
get out,
exactly.
get out. You
I was
need
waiting. I was actually waiting for Louis to say that.
yeah,
Babe, stand up
you
and
need the
leave.
people on the show. He said it to her when she came for his event, now his
Yeah, I know.
fashion parade.
That thing, yeah, no.
She said
And
it's
that's what got her peace now. Like you
yeah,
invited me and you have the
telling me
effrontery to
to get
just tell
out.
me to get up
I
and go
think it
because I
was
said I don't
rude.
like your view.
I think it was rude of him,
Honey,
but
I love it's rude, but I loved it. She was being too much. What about
the other guy
Zari's husband
was
that was there? I mean, that one was a bit, even though he didn't agree with whatever he
yeah,
said,
he was
but
just
then he still went along, you know. Well, maybe Louis will learn as well
but that
and
guy
leave
is
this
Louis'
surrogacy thing.
friend. Do you get?
Of course,
According to the story. So he can understand where Louis is coming from. Ini
he's
doesn't
coming
know
from.
Louis. Like
Ini from
literally just
nowhere.
showed up and then you already breathed down conversation to her. She doesn't know.
That's the same thing I'm telling you. He likes anybody. He likes
Yeah.
anybody. If you, Ini, we are producers, we directors. Ini is a very beautiful this and
Yeah,
that.
so
Let
I
me
just
invite
felt
her.
like
Come on. You
I
just met her.
mean,
Now she don't give it to you. The funniest one was that fight with what's his name? Swanky. Shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up. I'm like, Swanky, calm down. It's not your fight.
yeah.
Chill.
But it just goes to say the kind of person Swanky is.
Swanky. I know you would say that. Oh, Swanky. You love Swanky, Sha.
I think Swanky is an interesting character. I have my reservations about him, but
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to do with friendship, loyalty, I'll give it to him. Swanky is
Yeah.
loyal to his friends. He will show up for you. It may be excessive, but that's who he is. I don't think he knows how to cut corner in friendships
No,
or
it's true.
how
And he
to.
doesn't get into trouble with anybody.
Do you
I don't
get?
think he's had like he's the one that initiated it.
Yeah.
It's
So
always when maybe you come for him, he
come
gives it
for
back
him
to
and then
you.
ex
Yeah.
I like Swanky for that. I have other reservations, but I like Swanky and I think he's a sweet person. Yeah, finally, I think I want us to talk about Fantana and I don't know.
That one.
This let me borrow Annie's words. If this is love, whatever she's doing with Diamond,
Oh, please. It doesn't fit in. It can never be
if
love.
this is love, I don't
It
know what she's
can
doing with
never.
Diamond.
Which
You know,
love?
Diamond comes to other people's and he's like, I'm just sleeping with you. That's it.
Yeah, we're smashing.
But that's all we're smashing. And you're happy with, I mean, it also tells a lot about her character, the kind of person that she is, right? So
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's who she is. She doesn't really care. Like, I'm happy to, and which is what, she was saying that Diamond and I, we're truthful to each other. He can have his stuff, I can have my stuff. But I'm like, okay, maybe you people fit each other. Maybe you people are birds of the same feather. Yourself to come and say he loves
You're
you.
the only person.
Like
You're asking him, does he have a girlfriend? And you're expecting him to say yes when you already know the answer.
yeah, because that's
And one thing, see,
know
one
each
thing I
other.
noticed is that anytime you're asking Fantana about Diamond, she lights up. She starts smiling sheepishly. Oh, oh.
Yeah. I'm like, what's that?
I'm like, wow, babes. She don't go. Well, I think even though Fantana knows that Diamond is playing her, she
She's
likes Diamond. There's something about Diamond that Fantana loves. So,
I'm not interested. I'm not interested because see, this guy not only he has a baby mama in that group, Zari, who he was married to, and then they divorced. Now he's interested in you. And just before your very eyes, in your very before, a new babe comes into the crew and he's interested in her. He's inviting her for lunch. And this girl
with flower.
yeah. And this girl invites you for this lunch to come and see with your eyes the person you're dying for. Just come and see what he's, why he's calling me. And then you come, you're obviously upset because if you say, I mean, he can do his stuff, I'll do my stuff, then you shouldn't be upset.
You shouldn't be upset, yes.
Oh, my guy, well done.
Well, although she said she knew, but I think her anger was coming from the direction of Diamond disrespecting her, saying you are smashing,
But is
you
that
can't just say that even if they are
he's like
bodies, but
he said, is that a lie? Diamond said, but I'm not lying.
I know.
And that's what
I
she
mean,
likes. She likes that bad boy vibe about him, which is why she was like, that Louis is boring, that why can't he come and snatch her from Diamond? Why he can't he, that he's just there crying.
it won't work. They don't like Louis. Louis should just pipe down. I mean,
Yeah,
how much does Louis have? Louis
relax.
doesn't have money.
Love has nothing to do with money.
Oh, okay. Tell
Nice.
that to people that have multiple boyfriends.
I mean,
They're not looking for love.
Zari, the boss lady, is married to who? What's his name? Who is
I
he?
mean, she's already got the bag. So
I think, to be honest, I know we didn't intend to talk about this, but I think Zari's husband is quite mature. This new guy, I think
he's young, but he's
yeah,
very
he has
mature.
something upstairs. He's
He
reserved.
commands respect.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, you see that their marriage, yeah? Let me say one or two about it. The guy is still insecure.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, see
Like
what
there are
his wedding
conversations
day,
that he's having with Zari, and I'm like,
on his
this
wedding
conversation, you
day.
should have had it before saying I
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Telling her set boundaries after your wedding.
After your
That's
wedding.
when you're telling her. Maybe it's because it's a show.
Yeah,
But
so they need
seriously,
that.
I mean, you should have had that conversation with her before getting married to her. You should know what you're putting yourself into. And trust me, even though Diamond says that, I'm like, oh, Diamond, please calm down. For me, or what I believe, what I
Yeah.
think, me personally, Zari still likes Diamond. Not to marry him or start anything with him.
I think when you've been married to someone for that long and then you've had
Mhm.
children with them, even if
There's
you're
still
not
connection.
romantically involved with the person, you have a fondness for them.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
get.
so long as you people are not fighting dirty,
Yes,
you
and
have,
they're co-parenting well.
yeah, you have a fondness for the person. So, but yeah, that's what I think about them. Otherwise, her husband, if both of them settle what's between the both of them, they should be fine. I'm happy we've come to the end of this episode of Young, Famous, and African. This is season 3 review from Cody and Nello Presents. If you want more, if you like stuff like this, please click on the subscribe button.
Please subscribe to our
Share
channel.
it to your family and friends and click on the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we post another video. From me, love you. See you next time. Nello, what do you have to say?
Yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I hope I see you next time. Bye.